Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome back to my basement for Bridgerton. This is season 3, episode 2, and the stage is being set for what is to be this season, marriage season and television season. So Penelope is trying her damnedest to better her situation. Sisters are married. Whoever can produce a male heir gets the Featherington. Whatever it is they may have left after Dad's gambling hoo-has and Cousin Jack's swindles and whatever else is left will go to whoever the next male heir is. Her other option is to stay with her mother and take care of her mother forever. Not an option. I'm hoping and thinking that at some point Penelope is going to take on the confidence that Lady Whistledown has to project that to help her situation. Colin is back in town, a new man. The boy has gone out. He has lived. He's experienced things and has either taken on a persona or he has become someone new. What I did find interesting, Luke Newton was, as he was out charming and schmarming the masses, he was being very charming and schmarming. And then as soon as he saw Penelope, the voice changed, his stature changed. Fascinating. I love that. We saw Kate and Anthony for half a second. I think that might have been all that we've seen them. Or if anything, it's all that we've seen them outside of a bedroom. I think they're just going to be knocking boots the whole rest of the season. And now we have Francesca. Francesca has made her debut on the season. I know what happens to Francesca-ish in the future. So how much that part of her storyline, which is I think book 6 down the way, plays into this season, yet to be seen, I should say. And I do think it's kind of funny that a lot of people have forgotten that Eloise is also on the marriage market. She's there. She's attending, but she's not actively trying for a beau. Does she know what she's supposed to be doing? We know what happens to Eloise too. Okay, but I'm excited to get to it. My daughter's so super excited for me to get to it. So I am going to get under the big cozy blanket. And because it's later at night and Lord Devlin has entered the arena, got a glass of menage a trois on hand. Tell me what you're drinking. I would love to know. And also, please remember, full episode watch along is available on Patreon. So if you want to, go over there and share a glass with me while we watch and ooh and ah and gasp over the fashions, because the fashions are unbelievable. So yeah, so if you're ready, so am I. Let's get to it. The pineapple. The international symbol of hospitality.
Evidently, diamonds are not so rare after all, which is exactly why I am not choosing one.
Oh.
No matter how many jewels anxious mamas might send.
Oh, these are bribes. These are bribes.
I hear my choice last year, Miss Edwina, has made a splendid match abroad.
Who? Who? We would like to know who.
Besides, I have not seen nearly enough from this year's girls. If I am to grant someone my favor.
So throw another ball. Throw a pageant of a talent show. We need a talent show like they had last season.
My sparkler shall make the best match of the season. And then Whistledown will be reminded once and for all. It is she who should be afraid.
Oh, I just realized how many diamonds were on that table.
I'm glad your mama let you keep your dresses. The looking glass does not lie.
We have our first mirror sighting.
And if you'll follow me.
This whole patriarchal thing is crazy pants.
No one touch anything.
But he's like, Mom, it's mine. I can touch whatever I want. Touchy, 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 touchy.
How many rooms are there?
27, including the servants' quarters. And this is your bedchamber, Mrs. Mondrich, just opposite Mr. Mondrich's.
Separate rooms.
Of course. That is how it is done. What if some shopkeeper or chimney sweep is next in line for us?
Why worry yourself, Mom? One of the girls will make good.
Why are they there and not at their own homes?
Mum, I'll raise the company to Rotten Road to get a little fresh air.
Can you not see we're busy here?
Okay, great. Then we're gone.
What this author knows to be true is that diamonds are not the only gems that sparkle.
Oh, would you prefer to be promenading with your fellow debutante?
I promenaded a while ago. It was interesting. I didn't know I was promenading until I was mid-nod. It's hilarious.
Interest in other debutantes? You wear ribbon in your hair, but where's your fan?
Why must I be the object of your curiosity?
I heard about her, Eloise's summer shawls and what they're hiding this year. I do need them. I need them, as you can tell. I need the shawls or the muffs.
Perhaps one of those young ladies has a fan I might borrow. It looks like it may become rather warm.
Is Benedict not officially on the marriage market? Are any of the fellas on the marriage market? They're just out and about.
Are you saying you want my help after what Lady Whistledown wrote?
She has never been more wrong about anyone.
Sooner or later, she will be caught, and we shall dance on the day of her demise. I should like to see your skills as they are first.
But I have none.
They put her in a way better corset.
Suppose I can show you.
Not me. Them.
Damn.
How delightful to see you all. Such splendid weather we are having.
Why is she pulling? Well, why don't you come up and see me sometime? Mae West gig.
No, forgive me. I'm quite well, my lord.
Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. But I feel her. I feel her pain. I'm such a Penelope. I feel her pain. Mm-hmm. You need one of these, Pumpkin.
The reason that I have come for tea today is to inform you that Her Majesty is not done with the season.
The season is done with Her Majesty.
Nevertheless, she desires to see more.
Talent show.
It could be anyone.
Anyone?
Anyone who has already made their debut.
Why is Hyacinth ready, so eager to get married?
It is fatiguing preparing to be lady of this house.
Shall I take your fatigue?
And these ladies don't have their own homes. Their husbands didn't have their own homes.
There is, I trust, every reason to hope both of you might, before long, be presenting the family with an heir.
Mama, how rude. Albion and I are very passionate, of course.
Good. And you?
This tea is quite bitter.
Never mind the tea.
Give me the tea. She wants the tea.
How often?
Once. On our wedding night.
And that was it?
Do you think babies simply appear in your womb?
Well, hopefully Mrs. Featherington gave her daughters better instruction than Violet gave Daphne.
And it flattens my hair.
If you want to beat your sister, you must try harder.
Wait, who is this? Colin, no. What? Where is he frequenting? He is a Bridgerton man. After all, isn't he?
Same time tomorrow?
Perhaps.
He does not deserve Penelope. Penelope, go out. Get yourself a threesome of your own.
The truth is, you do not need a lesson.
You agree I am unteachable.
Do you remember when we first met? I was riding my horse, minding my own business, when I was assaulted by a devilishly yellow head covering.
I apologize.
Yes, And you were so very charming about it, teasing me, mercilessly in fact. And I think I know why.
Because she thought the boy was cute.
Pen, living for the estimation of others is a trap. Once you break free, the world opens up.
You make it sound so easy.
Why is it you want a husband?
So that I may have my freedom. So that I may feel comfortable in the world.
But it depends on the husband, Penelope. How much free you will be.
What is the one thing in the world that makes you feel most comfortable now? Most at ease?
Being Lady Whistledown.
There used to be Sunday teas at Bridgerton House. It's one of the few places I could go unchaperoned and truly be myself, but it is no longer a possibility.
I'm sorry about whatever might be coming between you and Eloise. What exactly happened?
Does Miss Maid know about Lady Whistledown? Just walk over. Just walk over. It's down the hall. Just go. Oh, that is rather a tiny bed.
Of late, there must be many new pleasures, I imagine.
Over 30 new gowns, all in desperate need of alteration.
Well, she inherited the gowns, too.
Perhaps you might like to spend some of that new fortune on something more current.
Such an unexpected new face amongst them. I believe it best to show the ton that not everything has changed.
But remember, the ton feeds on the nouveau, and it gets ill-tempered when it is hungry.
Snip, snip. Look at those scissors. Snip, snip.
I am out of this round. You coward.
Told you had the strategy.
We may need more coins the way Hyacinth is playing. Oh.
What else do the Bridgerton boys do? Anthony's the Viscount. He manages the lands of the family. What do the other boys do?
But Colin, my maid is outside and Eloise...
Is out for the afternoon at the Modiste with Francesca and our mother.
And the rest of your family?
Trust me, not one of them will be leaving that table in the immediate future.
Why did I think this room was on the first floor?
Gentlemen are asking young ladies to dance. And here we have the lemonade table, which is where we shall begin.
By not inhaling ice cream so we get a brain freeze.
Shall I pretend to flirt with the imaginary cellist?
Mm-hmm.
No, with the dashing suitor you just met by the refreshments.
Oh, and she did meet one, didn't she?
Somehow my character gets lost between my heart and my mouth, and I find myself saying the wrong thing, or more likely, nothing at all.
Imagine what you would want to say to me if I were a suitor, without concerning yourself with how I might receive it.
Your eyes, a most remarkable shade of blue. Yet somehow they shine even brighter when you are kind.
Oh, that was a lovely ending. Nice touch there.
Well, that was rather direct.
Eloise is here.
You can hide in the study.
But she left her sash on the couch, sofa, settee, whatever this piece of furniture is. Please tell me Anthony and Kate aren't doing it on the in the study. Don't read it, Ben.
With great certainty that Paris is some of the most beautiful women in the world. How lucky I am to be surrounded by them. The tree-lined streets of Le Marais, the charming cafes along the Seine at times.
Don't read it, Penelope.
The city is still alone at night.
I'm banging 3 of them against the wall. You know, she doesn't need to read that. Put it down!
As my fingers trace freckles from cheek to collarbone, I marvel at how one can feel such intimacy, but also such
Put
distance.
it down!
No, I did not mean to.
You did not mean to pick up my journal and read it.
No, I did, but I should not have.
Whatever you read was not meant for another's eye. Damn!
Colin, your hand.
It is nothing.
It's not nothing. Stay there.
He sliced himself with the teeniest piece of glass. That's not going to do much for that wound there, Pumpkin, but you tell yourself what you need to.
Perhaps we should pause for the day. Will I see you tonight?
No.
Indeed. Thank you for the
Oh, wait, what's happening that night? What's happening that night? She doesn't know what's in the hallway. Run!
Any adornments, Mom? Perhaps simplicity is better?
You need a pair of earrings at the least. Ooh, well, Lady Kent had a collection.
We may have had different taste in garments, but Lady Kent certainly had an eye for jewels.
I do not wish for her to be friendless, and you might be all she has now. Perhaps just not at the house. How is she? I do not need to know details, but I only want to make sure she is not suffering or despondent.
She is neither suffering nor despondent.
She's a little despondent.
In fact, she seeks to take a husband this season.
A husband? Penelope. She's not seeking a husband in you, I hope.
No, I'm only helping her find one.
What if anyone were to find out about your helping her?
Well, who should help her? She does not have any male relatives.
Yes, but you're an eligible suitor. Perhaps the most eligible right now, strangely. It would not look right.
No, it would not. And that is why we're not telling anyone.
Look at that moon. Oh, this is the queen ball. This is a queen ball. Is everyone dressing like the diamond?
Finally, they seem to be putting in some work.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Miss Bridgerton, would you like to take a turn about the room with us?
I do enjoy a good turn.
Good evening, Mr. Bridgerton. Mr. Bridgerton.
Ladies. And more ladies.
They've taken to hunting in packs.
Mr. Bridgerton, I've yet to see you on the dance floor.
Time for you to dance? Yes. Miss Stowell, may I have the next dance?
Oh, Benedict, we need his story.
Mr. Finch, where are your ladies?
I sent mine to look for pastries.
Your wife is a pastry, Mr. Finch. Perhaps if you savoured her as much as you do food, she would be with child by now.
I think of Prudence as a bonbon. Delicate and oh so agreeable.
Prudence got lucky with this one.
I'm sorry again for reading your writing, but you truly write so well. I would very much like to read more one day, if you would let me.
You want to read more about him and the women he has discovered in Paris.
I will consider it if you speak to at least one lord tonight.
Very well. Whom do you suggest?
Him. Lord Basilio.
No, been there, done that.
Lord Basilio, I did not see you there.
No matter. I cultivate reserve these days anyway.
Life is too short for that, is it not?
He went quite quickly.
What happened?
His horse recently died.
Forgive me, I did not know.
You know, whenever I have a disagreement with an acquaintance, I find the best course of action is simply to pretend they are dead.
That was everybody you must know then, Cressida.
Unless I pretend she's a ghost. She was at my house today.
Whatever for?
It seems Colin is helping her look for a husband.
Eloise, shut your trap. Shut your trap.
Eloise, do you have any special talents with which you hope to impress the Queen?
Unless you consider a knack for saying the wrong thing at the wrong time a talent. Like the time I tried to tell the French tutor he was very nice, but instead called him un chouette.
An owl.
Unfortunately, owls have feathers, not fur, so even if I had wanted to insult the poor fellow, I would have felt at that as well.
So is Eloise talent. She's a stand-up comic.
I think we have found your talent.
Indeed, you're a most entertaining speaker. Do not stop.
Oh no, Eloise, don't, no, stop talking. Stop talking. Well, that was a rather abrupt ending.
Mr. and Mrs. Mondrich, welcome to the top.
Benedict, what is up with your delivery?
And do not be intimidated. This can all be rather enjoyable if you do not resist.
And drink heavily.
One dance and suddenly you have signaled you are available. How are we expected to understand all these society rules when even someone born into this world cannot grasp them?
Lord and Lady Singer, the rule is you're not supposed to have more than 1 or 2 drinks at these events, and yet they are like that every time.
Having a good time.
They are married, like yourself. All these rules are to keep the marriage mart churning. But once you have performed your function, found your match, you are free.
The cello is such a beautiful instrument.
Indeed.
They put squalene or something on her cheeks to make them shine like that.
I may be with child already. I must eat for 2.
Your arrogance does not count as 2 people.
That is enough.
Albie and I lay together before we arrive.
Just lower your voice.
What about you? Did you two?
I simply... I do not enjoy it.
Okay.
A woman's pleasure is somewhat more subtle than a man's. You see, when he inserts himself.
Inserts himself? Inserts himself where?
What have you been doing, Pumpkin?
What on earth do you and Mr. Finch do?
We kiss, and then he makes an odd sound, and then he goes to change his breeches.
His breeches remain on?
Of course.
Why must I be punished over and over?
So apparently she did not have to talk with her daughters. Oh, jeez.
I have seen enough. It is time for me to retire.
Oh, wait.
She is leaving. She has barely spoken to any of us. But we've not nearly had enough time to show off our gifts. Does anyone at least have any good gossip?
Well.
I cannot think of anything at the moment.
For reals? For reals. Interesting.
Good evening, Lord Remington.
Miss Featherington.
He's 10!
I do not much care for idle gossip.
Truly, you're a more resolute person than I. I love a bit of gossip. Perhaps I should not be so eager, but on days Whistledown is delivered, I sit by the door and read it as soon as it arrives.
I must admit, I do quite enjoy Whistledown. Good evening.
It is rather unseemly that Miss Featherington took his help.
I think it is kind of him, but perhaps overly so.
So who?
Mr. Bridgerton, we were wondering why an eligible gentleman such as yourself would help a spinster find a husband.
Especially someone who is so beyond hope of success.
And they said it out loud. They said it out loud.
I cannot wait to know what Lady Whistledown will write about this.
Oh no, she'll have to write about it. She'll have to do something. Eloise, you punk ass bitch.
Eloise, did you tell anyone of my helping Penelope?
No, I...
You told the biggest big mouth there is.
What could Penelope possibly have done to warrant such maltreatment?
Maybe Francesca should marry her pianoforte.
Someone who performs not for me, but for themselves. Brava. Sparkling, one might say.
But do you want to be the diamond, Francesca? That is the question.
My lady.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm being free, like Benedict said we can.
I am somehow afraid I will do something wrong and they will take it all away.
Mm-hmm.
What have we done to earn this?
Nothing. The same as every Viscount and Earl and Baron out there. Absolutely nothing.
True, sir. True.
No more old Lady Kent clothes.
Away with Lady Kent's clothes.
I am keeping all the jewellery.
Mm-hmm. You'll have to write something, Pen.
By the light of the moon, it is easy if you want to mistake the night as a place of safety. Which is why, perhaps, both Featherington sisters snuck away early last night with their husband. Despite the cover of night, there are still eyes upon us all at all times.
A letter for you, Mum.
From whom?
Please alert Mrs. Walsh. We shall be having a visitor.
Who?
Penelope Featherington, who was so certain that she would not find a husband on her own that she had to enlist the help of Mr. Colin Bridgerton.
Oh, Pen, you had to do it.
This recent scandal will certainly make any further hopes disappear.
Oh.
Eloise, there you are.
So did Cressida actually spill the beans? Who did?
But perhaps that was your goal, in communicating the secret I told you in confidence. Or can you really just not help being cruel?
I did not communicate your secret.
Then who did?
But I did notice Miss Livingston whispering around the room after hovering nearby. You were rather indiscreet when you told me about Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate your concern about cruelty, but perhaps you should like to find a looking glass. Rather than looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
How could you be so reckless?
It was foolish to ask a suitor.
No, what is foolish is being unreasonable about what you can achieve.
Oh, Penelope, let it be. Go off on her.
Not that you earnestly believed you might find a husband in your 3rd year out.
Go off, Penelope. Set your mother to rights.
A life unmarried is not all bad. Trust me, men can often cause much more trouble than they're worth.
I don't think she's ever been a mother to Penelope.
This author would not be surprised if Miss Featherington should wish to return to her familiar shadows once and for all.
You have a visitor.
At this hour. Is it Eloise?
What are you doing here?
Oh. Oh, who? Oh. At this late hour.
I had to see how you were.
You read Whistledown.
She's beastly to write such things about you.
It's her job to report what everyone is talking about. It would have been suspicious if she had not.
Mm-hmm.
A sad, stupid girl who believes she might possibly have a chance of love.
You must not say such things.
After all, a small taste of the light can lead to that most dangerous of emotions,
wanting,
hope.
Hoping.
And once hope is lost, a lady may become reckless.
Colin, could I ask you something?
How reckless?
Would you kiss me?
Reckless.
Penelope.
It would not have to mean anything, but I am nearly on the shelf and I have never been kissed and I am not certain I ever will be. I could die tomorrow. But I could and it would kill me.
You would already be dead.
I do not wish to die without ever having been kissed.
He's going in. Or is he going in to say no? It's got to kiss her. We're like 58 pages into the book, right? It's usually when the first kiss occurs. Certainly happened much sooner than the other 2 seasons. Oh, he went back in. He went back in. And at least her first kiss is from, I was going to say the boy she wanted.
Thank you.
And then she goes. And then she goes. They do end on a right good cliffhanger, don't they? So this is when my brain starts to puzzle out. How does Penelope get out of the Lady Whistledown situation? Especially since I haven't read the books. At some point, Colin's gonna have to find out the truth. There is no way he does not find out. But does everybody else find out the truth? Colin finds out the truth. Here's the reasons why. He gets angry, moves past it, him, Penelope, happily ever after. And then nobody else hears about it, and Lady Whistledown just goes away, or dies, or says adieu, whichever she does. I think if everybody finds out Penelope was Whistledown, I don't think it would be as easy for people to get past it, the Ton to get past it, unless the Queen makes a decree and everybody goes, okay, because it's the Queen, or something else more scandalous comes along. However, I don't know how much more scandalous something could be to take away from that bit of news. And then I start puzzling out, how far into the season do we get that moment? The fact that we got a kiss in episode 2 first kiss, intriguing. But I'm so upset that her plans have already ground afoul. But also fascinated because now we have to move on to something else because there's lots more story to tell. And the mint green and pistachio on her is beautiful, beautiful. The role that Mordecai's, the new Kents. What is that adding to this season, I wonder? It's an interesting idea. They're being pulled up the ranks to show the diversity, to show the difference between the have and have-nots and what's acceptable by society and by whom. Is that what we're supposed to glean from them? Just wondering. But Penelope, going back, Penelope knew about Colin and his threesomes, which should be so quick. So quick to still carry affection for. But yeah, now I want to watch the next one. But I'm kind of trying to pace them out because we got so long before the second half. Interesting. There we go. There was episode 2. And thank you so much for being here with me on this adventure. So if you haven't already, this is a reminder, just hit subscribe. Why not? Drop a like. Tell me what you have looked forward to or what you're looking forward to this season. And also share with me what you were drinking. I would love to know. So in the meantime, before next time, take care of yourselves. Stretch your bodies. This is your reminder to stand up and to go eat something and breathe. If you haven't yet, breathe. And then come back and watch the next video in the queue. So thanks again, y'all, and until next time.